Welcome back to the Health Edition of Talk TV. I'm Dr. Carl Cabasel, and today we're talking about food intolerance, everything from allergies to simple sensitivities. And I'm here with naturopath Dr. Mubina Jiwa. And earlier you were talking about the how helpful probiotics can be in, I think you put it as strengthening the digestive system.
Right.
And it can help with the food intolerances. Okay.
Basically, our digestive system is like a tube, and it's lined with millions of bacteria. And what the bacteria do is they digest the food, they help break them down, they help extract nutrients that you need, and they put all the bad things back into that tube so it can be excreted.
Right.
So if you don't have enough bacteria or enough good bacteria, like we like to call it, then that's when you have a bit of digestive disturbance, or that's when you can have some problems.
Okay.
So what you want to look for is a good probiotic that can provide you with some of those good bacteria to replenish your gut. Like a lot of times when people take antibiotics, that kills bacteria, all bacteria.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. And unfortunately, a lot of times, as it often is in life, the bad stuff comes back quicker than the good stuff. So the bad stuff takes the place of the good stuff. So if you actually supplement with the good stuff, it'll take place, it'll flourish and kick some of the bad stuff out.
Okay, and what should people look for? If they're going to go ahead and get a probiotic, what should they look for on the label?
One of the things to look for is to make sure that there's about 2 billion or so bacteria. You want to make sure that the company is a reputable company, and that usually with probiotics you don't necessarily want to buy the cheapest one, but you don't have to necessarily go with the most expensive one just for your average Canadian.
Yep.
You can sort of pick a middle of the line one, but you want to make sure that there is it's refrigerated, or there's some sort of guarantee saying that X amount of bacteria is going to be in that product.
Okay, and better to take the capsules or the drink?
Both are pretty good. The drink, again, you want to make sure it's refrigerated. The capsules, a lot of times you can take them away with you and not worry about it. You can throw it in your bag, take it to work. So again, just as long as you're looking at a good company, about 2 billion bacteria. There's lots of different kinds too. There's acidophilus, there's bifidobacteria, different things for different people, but that's sort of the range you're looking at.
And can it actually reverse lactose intolerance?
I don't think it can necessarily reverse it, but it can reduce the symptoms from lactose intolerance, yes.
Okay, back to the phones and to Kevin in Scarborough. Hi, Kevin.
Hi. This is my concern. I have suffered from flatulence after a colon operation, and I tried to reduce the unpleasantness of this by taking an over-the-counter product advertised for this purpose. But on twice I've taken it, and I've become very sick and throwing up for an hour or so after I'd eaten it, taken it on my first bite. And you mentioned the word enzyme, and I took it to a pharmacist, and I said, what is this that causes me this problem? And they said, it's just an enzyme. You must be, you have a problem with. Maybe you're allergic to it. And I wanted to ask you what you thought about this.
What kind of product, Kevin, before we answer your question?
It's a product commonly associated with the vegetable that causes, it has that name, actually. Should I say the name?
I think I know what you might be talking about.
Yeah, okay. I think we know. Okay. Oh, that's what. Yes. Can you tell me a little bit more about the colon operation? Did they resect a part of your colon, or?
Well, I carried one of those bags for a while. I had polyps removed.
Okay.
And then I had to have the bag, and they had warned me that I would have more flatulence than ever, and I just thought to relieve the problem of others, I would take something to try to diminish that.
Right.
In both cases, I've been sick, and I just wondered, is there something that would, or what is causing
Is it only when you take that supplement that you feel sick that way? Is it when you eat that particular food? Is it when you eat certain things?
In each case, the food was quite different, and in quantity and in type. And I've only had the problem. I don't usually throw up at all.
Okay, okay. I imagine maybe it's not that's your problem. Maybe it's not that you need a digestive enzyme. Maybe, like we were talking about, you need a probiotic to strengthen that lining of your bacteria, of your gut. So maybe you need to take some good bacteria. Have you ever tried that or taken any of those?
No.
That might be a really good option, because I think that what you need to do, chances are you probably had some sort of antibiotic, and especially because of the surgery, they went in, they disrupted the general flora, which is what we call sort of the bacteria, and then you want to replenish that. So you want to put some of that good bacteria in there, and you might not have enough. And that bacteria is what really helps decrease flatulence, break down the foods, so that might be your option.
Okay, so do I just simply ask for a probiotic?
Yep, you can ask for a probiotic, or you can ask for acidophilus is the name of one of the probiotics, but the general term for these bacteria are probiotics, or good bacteria. Most people know what that is now too.
Very good.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Bye-bye.
What about some of the products? I guess probiotics are all the rage right now, and you have yogurts that have probiotics in them. Would that be enough for someone like Kevin or anybody who wants to get probiotic?
Depending on the situation, like just your average individual, it might be okay. Some of the newer brands definitely guarantee a little bit more, but you know, sometimes when you buy that product off the shelf and then you take it to work or you take it to school, you put it in your bag, it's not in the fridge, a lot of the bacteria die. They're not as resilient as we might like them to be. So you want to take a look and try to find ones that are, you know, specifically advertising that they have cultures in them. But if you're more sensitive, it might be better off to take a supplement.
The supplement. And would the yogurts have the 2 billion bacteria that you were
Probably
talking about?
not to that same degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to the phones and to Sue in Etobicoke. Hi, Sue.
Hi. I have a question. I'm wondering if it's possible to have an allergic reaction after you've had allergy tests done showing you're not allergic to anything in specific.
You can. I mean, your body changes and things change, and a lot of times, especially with things like stress or like external stressful factors, you can definitely develop allergies to certain things.
Really? So if I had allergy tests done on Wednesday that showed I was allergic to dust mites, and then come Sunday I've got a rash, is it possible it's from the allergy test?
You were allergic to the dust mites?
That's what it showed. The only thing I was allergic to were dust mites.
So could it be the dust mites that you now have the rash from the dust mites?
I would find it hard to believe. Isn't that kind of odd? I've never reacted like this before.
Not necessarily. I mean, it could. If you've had the allergy test, I mean, what they do with the allergy test is they actually expose your body to an allergen.
Right.
So it could just be that you've already had a little bit of an exposure, and so the next time you have an exposure, it's a little bit more, the reaction's a little bit more pronounced. But, I mean, I don't imagine that's going to continue that way.
And I guess it's important to add that there are a lot of causes of rashes.
True.
So if she's having a rash, it's not necessarily because of an allergy or even an intolerance.
Yeah, it could just be some product that she used or some plant that she touched or something she brushed up against. So definitely just monitor it.
Okay. Good luck, Sue. It's time for a short break. More of your calls ahead, so stay with us.